The most concerning thing I find about the uptick in anti-Semitism is the lack of knowledge on the part of Jewish students and others about the real history of the situation. The kids don't know how to have a cogent debate. They don't have the knowledge, they don't have the background, they don't have the history to truly stand up and speak truth to lies. And that actually is the most disturbing thing. If there's violence, it's obviously extremely disturbing, but I'm not as worried about that as the long-term issues, both on college campuses and now on high school campuses, where the lack of knowledge and the level of ignorance is so profound that I think we are in a strategically dangerous spot with our youth who don't know. Everyone in this current generation always look at Israel now as a permanent fixture, and therefore it's powerful, and therefore it's the oppressor state. They don't understand the fragility of it because they don't know the history, and they don't know what really went on, and they're being given vocabulary like settler colonialism, which is complete bunk, because they don't know the history and they don't know how to stand up against it. They don't know what to say. Honestly, our biggest problem is to figure out how do you debate a lie that people believe so deeply, and it's irrational. In my opinion, there is no difference between anti-Zionism, anti-Israelism, and anti-Semitism. It's all the same thing. What we need to grapple with is how we're going to do a Manhattan Project for educating our kids. There should be a course, an Israel education course, not an Israel advocacy course, an Israel education course in every single synagogue religious school, in every single Jewish day school. And it should probably start in 6th grade. That's our problem. All right. How do we get this out to the largest number of students, both in middle school, high school, and on college campuses? And by college, I'm starting to think it might be too late. We've done a terrible job of giving the kids the full story, the real story about what Israel has done, what it's created, the real culture, the story of what happened with the Palestinian neighbors, what happened inside of Israel in 1948. There's an Arab narrative there. All right, we don't give them that, so they go to campus, and even if they know something, then they hear other things and they feel lied to. And we have to fix that as well. I don't think kids will then walk away saying, oh my God, look at some of the bad stuff we did, and walk away hating Israel. No, they're going to walk away feeling fully prepared to face the situation. We have to show kids some of those documents, all right? And we have to show not just Jewish kids those documents. We have to show all kids those documents and say, okay, let's really look at this and say what is truth and what is not truth. That, to me, is the greatest challenge. Number one, obviously, is the unity both of the state of Israel, the people of Israel, and the unity of most American Jews have come together in a unified whole. Not all. There's still Jewish Voices for Peace and groups like that. But the sense of unity, the outpouring of support in the Jewish community, and frankly, the non-Jewish community in America as well, with hundreds of millions of dollars, maybe it's over $1 billion now, both humanitarian support and so on. And the most positive thing is that the government is not anti-Semitic. The government has risen up, whether it's local civic government, state governments, or national government. They've all stood up and said, this will not stand, not in our community, not in our state. And these crimes are now being investigated and prosecuted unabashedly. That to me is a extremely positive outcome, that we know that we have that level of support and, frankly, protection. Yeah. Well, two years ago, I was absolutely adamant that American Jews did not have to worry about anti-Semitism, and I hold by what I said 2 years ago. Not the case anymore. Extremes are always negative. Extreme left, extreme right, far right, I was always concerned about, but they were pretty much in their cave. In 2016, where the white nationalists and anti-Semites started to percolate up into the society, not fast, but then October 7th opened a floodgate. So we're going to find out how powerful those extremes are, or will the people of the United States come back to a middle ground? And I'm not saying people to the right of the middle are bad, or the left of the middle. There's a vast middle. There's all kinds of people on the right and on the left who are clear thinking, rational people, and are really working for the good of the country. And each people has different ideas of what that means. But the far extremes, which eventually meet down at the bottom in the muck, right? Somehow they always resonate to anti-Semitism. But again, at the same time, things go up and down. The pendulum swings, and God willing, it'll swing back to some center rationality. I hope Muslims start thinking about the highest aspirations of their faith, and Christians start rereading the Sermon on the Mount, the highest aspirations of their faith. And I hope Jews do the same thing, the highest aspirations. And I hope, frankly, that everybody reads the preamble to the Constitution of the United States of America, which is the greatest single mission statement for a nation in the history of the world. We, the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and ensure the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity. Wow. All right. The most beautiful aspirational statement ever for a nation. And if we can all really live up to that, I think we'll be okay.